Love is blind, but the red flags are in 4K. We're one bad text away from crashing out in a probation violation. Welcome to Kinda Unhinged. What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. I'm back with another Love After Lockup, Love During Lockup, and we are on season 7, episode 7. So we begin this episode with Aisha preparing to go visit her daughter. And she's talking to her daughter on the phone, and her daughter keeps asking, like, how's your man? Like, what's going on? And she has to keep lying about it. And it's uncomfortable hearing her tell all these lies because her daughter just keeps asking and she just keeps telling her more and more lies. So when she does actually get to her daughter's house and she finally tells her that he's in prison, and her daughter's like, what? Are you joking? Like, why was you telling all them lies on him like that? And she's like, well, I just didn't want to tell you. I knew how you would react. And her daughter was like, well, when is he getting out? And she said, well, that's the thing. He's in there for life. And her daughter is just looking at her like, I cannot believe that you are this dumb. Because her daughter is a corrections officer and she said she sees this type of thing all the time. And you have to think that she's probably shared some of these stories with her mom before. And the fact that her mom is sitting there in her face telling her, yeah, I'm talking to a man that's in prison and he's got life, but he has a chance for parole. I mean, come on, just imagine. She was like, he's probably talking to 2 or 3 other women telling them the same thing. And Aisha's like, no, he's only talking to me. So he calls on video call and her daughter starts grilling him. And she's like, what are your intentions with my mom? He's like, well, I'm trying to treat her right. And I mean, I got a chance to get out. I just need a lawyer. And she's like, well, is your family helping you pay for that lawyer? And he's like, well, they're doing the best they can. And obviously she's peep game and she sees what's going on here. He wants money to get him a lawyer to help get him out. That's the only thing he wants with Aisha. And when and if he gets out, he's gone with the wind. So obviously her daughter is not taking this serious at all. And she tells the camera, like, look, my mom is single, so any guy that's age appropriate and wants to talk to her, go ahead and talk to her. Because this is so dumb. Why are you on TV at 54 talking to a man who has a release date of 999 years? Make it make sense. Then we get a scene with Moo calling Bonita and he's confronting her about the 2 locks on his storage unit. And obviously he's upset because why are you playing around with my stuff? Where is my stuff? And Bonita is playing dumb. She's like, I don't know anything about 2 locks. I don't know what you're talking about. So he starts getting mad. I was supposed to get out at this certain time and now they pushed my date back and I'm upset. And it automatically flips a switch in Bonita and she starts to feel sorry for him. But if you guys remember in a couple episodes back, he planned to tell Bonita that he was getting out later than he actually is so that he can stall and be with Goddess. And that's why he needs his stuff, because he needs his stuff when he gets out. So he's actually still getting out at the same time, I'm assuming. But anyway, Bonita obviously buys it and she apologizes to him. And then when she gets off the phone, she says that she's kind of glad that he's not getting out right away because this gives her more time to either get his stuff back or get the money back. Then we see Monique's friend picking her up to go take her to go get a couch. And while they're at the furniture store, Titus calls and she tells her friend, like, hey, don't say nothing while he's on the phone. And her friend's looking like, what do you mean don't say nothing? She's like, just don't say nothing. He don't like when I'm out with people. So she answers the phone and Titus is like, where are you at? And she's like, I'm trying to get a couch. And he was like, well, how you gonna move the couch in by yourself? And she was like, well, I'll probably have to call Jasmine and ask her to help me. And he was like, well, I don't like a lot of people in the house with you. You don't need to be having all the people over like that. I don't trust people. So when she hangs up, Jasmine is like, so how does he think you're gonna get the couch in if you can't have people over there? And she was like, I don't know. She was like, that's how he is. I don't feel like hearing his mouth. So they get the couch, they go back to the house, and obviously the 2 of them can't carry the couch in the house. And her friend's like, well, I'm gonna have to call my boyfriend to help us get this couch in because we're not gonna get it in otherwise. So she calls him and his friend come to move the couch in. And as they're moving the couch in, Titus calls. He's like, who'd you get to move the couch in? And she was like, well, well, Jasmine called Bud to get him to move the couch in. And Titus is like, I told you not to be having people over at the house like that. And he goes off on her, embarrassing her in front of Jasmine, her boyfriend, and the other guy. And they just looking at her like, Dag, you don't let him talk to you like that. And yeah, apparently she is. Apparently she's gonna let him control her from a prison cell. So you can see that Bud is very uncomfortable. He puts that couch down and he's like, all right, I'm gonna go ahead and head out. So then we see Felicia calling Rich to basically, I guess, apologize for the argument that they got into. And she was like, well, you got to understand that I never been in relationships like that and you've been married. I just don't know how to react. Then she was asking him, like, do you love me? Are you sure you want to be with me? And he's like, man, she's acting like a child or something like that. And it's like, sir, she's been locked up since she was 17. This is arrested development. What did you expect other than these silly conversations? So then Emily says that she's been hearing that Brittany, which was the ex that set her up with Justin, was talking about her or saying some crazy stuff about her. So she wanted to meet up with her and confront her and talk it through. But when she's sitting there waiting for Brittany to show up, she shows up with his other ex, Liz. Emily is like, what is this hoe doing here? And she was instantly mad. Then Liz starts talking a bunch of crap to Emily, saying like, yeah, he's going to be with me when he gets out. I just talked to him the other day, and shows her a text message of where he was telling her he loved her and he was coming home to her and all this. And Emily's like, what? And she's like, yeah, he asked you for $6,000 and you left him hanging. So then I sent him $600. And Emily's like, I just gave him $3,000 the other week. And Brittany's like, oh, I don't believe you. Like, I think you're lying. I don't think you sent him anything. So Emily's starting to get mad and she starts flicking lettuce off of this burger at Brittany. And then Brittany picks up the whole burger and throws it in Emily's face. And now we got a food fight. And Emily's like, get outside. Go outside right now. So I thought that she was trying to fight them. So they go outside and then Justin calls and Emily's like, whatever relationship or friendship you have with Brittany, it's over. She just brought Liz and they just attacked me and threw food at me. And she showed me text messages where you were talking to her. And he's like, well, I was only talking to her because you left me hanging on the $6,000. Like, that's the only reason I was talking to her, to try to get money out of her. And at this point, obviously, Justin is just running game on all of them. And they're all falling for it. So then we see Goddess trying to go to her first visit with Damond. And when she gets there, they won't let her in because it's family day. And I guess because she's not family, she can't see him. So she goes back outside and then he calls her and he was like, well, I got something to tell you. And then they left us on a cliffhanger with whatever he has to tell her. So I guess we'll find out in the next episode. So then we see Monique actually go to her visit with Titus and she goes inside and she's only there for like 10 minutes. She comes back out and he calls her and he's like, where are you at? And they left us on a cliffhanger with this one as well. So we won't find that out until the next episode. And that was pretty much it for this episode. You guys let me know what y'all thought about it in the comments down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. And if you want more Love During Lockup content, then go ahead and subscribe and I will see you in the next one.
I'm not going to apologize to her. I'll tell you that right now.